It's just funny to
Riku,
think.
and I was like, I beat Riku once, and I was like,
in the
not
fighting?
testing it. Yeah, in the fighting.
Nice.
It's like we are not testing it, and I walked out. I was like, we are 1-0. That's where we're leaving it. We're leaving it at 1-0. I don't trust myself to win again. The thing is, I only played KH1 like 2 times, so I don't really know KH1 that well.
I haven't played KH in so long.
I know the thing is, I played like KH1 in like 2017 or something, so it's been a while. I know the other KH games, and I'm looking forward to replaying Chain for the first time since I would 100% it.
Are you gonna 100% them or no?
No, just funsy playing through. Sinky, 100% in KH1 would mean defeating Sephiroth, and I think
yeah, true. Yeah, no.
It also means the beating the game in 15 hours.
No, oh yeah,
13.
13.
It's because you have to register the clear on the final boss in 13 hours. Which I'm already delayed on that, because that's skipping every scene and not leveling whatsoever.
Yeah. Jay, what you doing? You still okay?
Newman.
You still eating?
It involves Newman.
The new Fallout event is on? Oh, really? What's the new Fallout event? Sniper, you still here? Did we lose you in Kingdom Hearts?
Sniper, get your papa. You picked KH, boy, now you must suffer. He picked it. I let him pick what I was playing, and he picked Kingdom Hearts. Because I was like, alright, Sniper, because I can't play Stranger, you get to pick what I'm playing next. It's going to be a replay, because these are the games I haven't played in a few years.
I mean, I've never played one, so...
And so here he was like, Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, alright, now you suffer. Now you must suffer the result of... Now you must suffer the result of Kingdom Hearts Pengu, which is to say that I won't shut up about it, I'm going to get lost in one.
Play...
I'm gonna get
Fallout 2. I have to snipe it. I have to see if I work.
Okay.
If not, if I do work,
look at the adult life.
If I do work, I can fit it in this week.
Okay.
I hope I'm not working Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm. No, I was playing a Hunt Showdown earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget I was solo queue.
So look on the bright side, money.
And one of the bounties, one of the monsters I had to hunt, was the spider.
Oh, no. Anyway, what's up, Mike? What's up, Tom?
Hi, Mike.
Sorry, I'm so late. I overslept.
She committed the sinky sleep.
Yeah.
It was super duper effective.
It actually was super duper effective.
She committed the sinky snooze.
Pengu was the sinky whisperer.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, Sinky, before you hopped on, I'd asked Sniper, I was like, Sinky said you guys were playing Chivalry 2 this morning, right? And he said, yeah. And as soon as I asked him that, you hopped on. Or you messaged him. So, magic.
Oh.
Our sibling connection.
How's everyone this morning?
So strong. You know what? I am having a pretty good morning. I played Kingdom Hearts. I'll work on that.
I overslept, but whatever. Well, no, see, the thing is, I woke up, and then, because Catherine woke me up, so who knows how long I would have slept.
You would have probably slept for the entire day.
No, see, the problem is, you may be like, why did you sleep? It's because I woke up at 5. When I wake up at 5... When I wake up at 5 or 6 and I go back to sleep, then it like restarts. My sleep restarts. No, and so I woke up and I was like, do I just want to take another nap? And I was like, no, Cynthia, because then it's 10:30. And I was like, then I just push his Chivalry back. Why'd you wake up at 3 a.m., you dum-dum?
I'm pretty sure it was something upstairs, because the neighbor was doing something.
I killed you! And I took off your head. Your head is gone.
I went back to sleep. It's
Snipey, I have your head!
Put it back on.
Snipey, do you want to get hit by your head?
Give me my head.
Did you say put it back on as if it
Oh, you kicked my head! You took off my head now!
As if heads are something that can be easily removed?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they actually can.
I mean, if you do it the right amount of force, then yeah.
I am so concerned for everyone here. That's where I am in life right now. Concerned.
Oh, I thought that was you that was climbing up on the vines.
No, I died.
No,
Oh, I died.
My head was
think
not
it-
chopped off this time.
No, the guy that was climbing up the vines, I thought it was you, and I just threw my head at him.
I welcome the pain. See if you can bring any.
I just threw my head again at an archer.
I love it.
Why are we throwing heads?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
Don't lose your head.
Do you not do that?
No, I don't.
I recommend it, it's fun.
I don't think I will. God, Sniper, stop coughing.
No.
No! As he coughs more.
Yep.
No, I don't wanna.
Why is Pengu concerned for everyone? Because we were talking about,
Casually removing and putting back on heads, you know, concerning things that I think someone has to be the concerned one, right?
It's normal.
Oh, I just
No,
took off
it is
somebody's
not.
head.
It's normal. No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, my video is uploading. And before it gets slapped with the copyright because Utana Hikaru will never not be copyrighted.
So, but with the spider boss, I literally just let another team fight him.
Why would you bring up spiders with Sinky in here?
No, good. Just let somebody else take care of it.
Why would you bring up spiders when Sinky's in here? Oh boy.
No, I was, on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
Oh my god.
Because I was finishing packing, and then I think I was on my laptop because I was writing. And then I saw something move out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, wow, what the heck is that?
Spider?
It was a spider.
Hey,
And I was
Mr.
like, oh my
Man,
god, how long was it there?
2.5 miles in the air on the electric fields here in the Earth. Electric currents, they can fly.
I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. No, Jack!
I'm hunting the Sinky down.
That's rude. Why are you saying no, Jack? What's he doing? What's the
'Cause
puppet boy
he-
up to? What is that snoot up to now? 'Cause
He tends to chase,
Oh no, is he chasing the cats
Toast
again?
from entering the room,
Oh
and
no, not
Toast
again.
included, especially when he's eating a dental stick or a treat.
Puppo. He's just protective of his territory.
It's kind of funny though, because when Jack is by the door and the cats want to get in, they just stand by like the washer.
Oh, what else you can say? Wait, oh no, you said Final Fantasy X. Yes, right.
I'm so glad you asked, Sniper. My plans today involve Final Fantasy XIV on top of Final Fantasy XIV, where I then play even more Final Fantasy XIV.
And then tomorrow Kingdom Hearts.
And then I play Kingdom Hearts 1 again in the morning, and then I go back to Final Fantasy 14, where Final Fantasy awaits you. It's weekly reset, so it'll be a fun time.
It's my own teammate just shot an arrow at me. I'm like, what did I do this time?
This time.
I'm so glad you asked. You see, here's what you did.
I'm wondering, what did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't know. I just walked. I was literally just walking.
I'm on fire.
I'm on fire.
Listen, I'll know which one's Cynthia.
Well, I'm not on fire anymore.
Stop trying to deliberately take down Sinky.
Cynthia took my head. I need to get my revenge.
Didn't you take hers back though? You
No.
already had your revenge.
No, I didn't actually.
No. He didn't take mine.
I took my own.
Then why did Sinky say
Oh, yeah. No, Mike, she's not concerned about you. Unless you talk about, losing heads.
Oh,
and...
Mike, no, never. Not you. I meant when I said
Sorry,
it
I'm
was
still
you,
like a little
I meant in
out
the
of it,
party chat.
okay?
I meant everyone in the party chat. Mike, you're pretty chill. My friends who have obsessions with sacrifices and whatever else Sniper is onto today. Don't answer that question. I don't want to know.
Hi, toys!
That was a rhetorical question. It does not need an answer.
I have a
It
toast.
does not need an answer, boy.
Single.
No. No. I don't. No.
Hi, toys!
Did someone say toast? How's the chunky cat
Here,
doing
let me
today?
give you some hair scratchies. You like hair scratchies? You want to
I
go?
want
Okay,
my
you can
head
go.
sketch. Can I have
You
a
can
head
go. Go ahead and go. No, don't stand on my laptop. Oh wait, no, you want to watch? You want to watch my laptop? You see?
Oh wait, you're a Mason. I forgot I was even on Agatha's team. I thought it was a Mason and you were Agatha. Taking a whole match just to realize that.
I want a pet toast.
Okay, now she's sniffing my laptop. Kyrie,
yes,
Toast,
the
can you
important
like get
sniffs.
off my keys?
No.
Can you get off of my keys?
No.
No.
Ma'am!
No.
Ma'am! Oh, no, what'd she do? She restarted. Oh, okay. Can you stop? Ma'am?
Meow is in defiance. No.
Ma'am? Here, you want me to get something on my phone? Here, we'll get cats on my phone. Or, birds on my phone so you can sit up. Oh, wait, no, you want to look at the screen? Look at the TV! It's much bigger!
How to deal with a cat 101.
Welcome to Dealing with Toast, the inquisitive meow meow.
Toast a demon.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can look at the screen. Look at the screen. Look at the TV. Oh, yes, look at the TV. Oh, she's looking at the TV. Hold on.
Wait, did you pick Toast up and just pointed her at the TV?
Yep, yeah, I put her off my laptop.
How to deal with kittens 101. A guide by Sinky.
Just shove their face into the TV.
Just move them. LOL.
Just pick them up.
Well, she likes watching the TV.
Oh my god, get Toast a little, a little computer.
No, but she was, we were cleaning our room and Toast was with us. So then Mom was like, "Hey, Toast, I'll get a video of birds." And so on her phone, she just got a video of birds because like those exist. And she was just watching it, and then she would occasionally attack the phone, and the screen would, because I had it propped, and so then it would fall, and then she'd be like, "Where are the birds?" And so then I would have to set it back up for her. It was cute. She's a cutie patootie.
You made her chunky.
She also likes Curious George.
Good for her.
She's a Curious George fan. Oh, and a Sims fan.
Oh, why Sims?
I don't know.
The game. Isn't the Game Boy?
Sims.
Sims is a game.
So I got mixed up with something else.
I'm not even gonna question it, okay?
Well, it's me.
Oh, now she's not watching the screen. Good. She's sitting on my bed, guys.
That's nice. I want
She
a
hardly
toast
sleeps
on
on my
lap.
bed. Yeah, but he really likes head scratches
I want a toast on my lap.
and chin scratches. Just get a piece of bread, Kristen. Put it in the
Toast,
toaster.
Put it on my lap.
And put it on your
toaster's
lap.
not hooked up right now, but I
Well,
sure
then hook
could.
it up.
You get a blowtorch.
I want toast, not fire.
Same thing.
No, they are not.
Oh wait, I just
Same
realized.
thing, Tengu. No, they're not.
What? What did you
Forgot
say?
I was-
Sorry. Catherine was kind of distracting me.
Oh my god, sniper.
Oops.
Pengu, guess what?
Yes. What's up?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say something else, but you know.
What that?
Sniper, at
Well,
least
I was
we're on
gonna
the same
you
team this
haven't
time.
posted any pupper pics.
Yeah, you know. Realize. Sorry.
I was
thought it
gonna
was,
say, Sniper, you haven't posted any pupper pics, but you know.
Oh, I haven't actually.
No, you haven't. That was what I was going for because we were talking about pets. And I don't have any fluffy
No.
pals.
When Toast is so sleepy, she'll like barely have her eyes open.
And she'll
And
stare
then
at
if
you
you-
like, why you want?
If you wake her up when she's sleeping or she wakes up, she'll have one eye closed.
What you want, dude?
And at first when she did that, I was like, "Oh my god, is something? Oh my god!"
Nani?
Now she fell off the bed, so now come on, Toast, come here. Now
what?
she's sitting on the Xbox. She's sort of like, Toast.
Did she
Come
like
here.
roll off the edge?
Yeah, she rolled off. She's done that
Oh,
many
mood.
times.
Oh, mood.
One time she rolled off when Caitlin was by the side of the bed and Caitlin caught her. Toast, you want back here? Or are you fine right there?
Toast doesn't trust that bed anymore.
Toast is down.
She's just sitting on the Xbox.
Okay. Well, you know, as is her right. That's her spot now.
Nope, now she's getting off.
She's gonna go do kitten things.
Now she's
Like
sitting on my
sniffing.
papers. Do you want back up here? Oh, here, you want under the bed? I don't think
Why
you'll be able
would
to get
she
under
want-
the bed.
Why? Because she's too chonky, or because there's too
No,
much stuff under it?
there's too much stuff right there. Toast, you won't be able to fit.
Don't tell a
Toast.
kitten when they cannot fit.
Catherine, come over here and put her, like, over here somewhere so she can get under the bed. He over there.
We must occupy the gatehouse.
And she wants under the bed.
Toast up to?
Yeah, just put her over here so she
shove
can
her
get
under there. Be like, you want to go under the bed? Okay.
Yeah, anyway, but when she first looked at me,
your grand idea, Sniper, was shove the cat in front of the TV, so...
I mean, is that really bad compared to being under the bed?
Okay, now she is under the bed.
Toast has made it, I repeat, Toast has made it to the spot. She's taken a snooze under the bed.
No, anyway, but when I first saw her look at me with one eye closed, and I was like, oh my god, is something wrong with your eye?
No, she's just tired.
No, she's just really tired.
She's just tired.
It's like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with your eye?
Meow. Nothing. She's just a snoozy cat.
No, it would have been funny if Toast just had one eye open and just, like, silently meowed.
She's just tired, man. Let the
Yep,
cat
now she came out of the bed. Out from under the bed. She come out of it.
She's doing kitten things. She's gotta go around. She's inquisitive.
Jack might try to stop her though. I think she wants to leave.
Oh no. So Sniper, where are the pupper pics?
Later.
Did I not demand pupper pics?
No.
Toast occasionally plays with Kyrie's
Yes,
tail.
I need all of your pet pics to fuel me in these trying times.
Oh, well.
Which Kyrie doesn't like. Kyrie doesn't like having Toast mess with her tail. So she'll get meowed and then she occasionally hisses at her. No, and then Kyrie would be at the top of the tree, the cat tree. Oh, Kevin, who's playing with Mousy? Throw the mouse. Well, take it. Unless does he have the tail? Is he eating the tail? Because that's unfair. That's cheating. He ran away. He ran away with the mouse. Anyway, what was I saying? Kyrie would be at the top of the cat tree, and Toast isn't very good at jumping yet. Okay, she's not a jumper, and so she will physically climb the cat tree. Like the pole, and then she just climb it, so she's Spider Kitty.
Spider.
Anyway, so then she'll sit on the lower little spot, and then she would try to climb to the top, but Kyrie's already there, and then Kyrie would be like, "Excuse me, this is a one-man thing. Get out of here." And then Toast will continue to try to climb it. And continue to play with Kyrie's tail. And then she get hissed. Yeah, Kyrie's super chill, except when playing with when somebody's playing with her tail.
Did Toast try to mess with Mimi yet? Or no?
No. She plays with Crazy. Toast broke one of her toys. So it's there's like a pole, and then there's like string at the end of the pole. So you hold the pole and you just wave around the string. Mm-hmm. Now, she plays with the pole instead.
Dude.
And so then I'm like, no, play with the string.
Part of it, huh?
Play with the string.
Honestly, me too, cat.
And she bites it. And now it's a tiny pole. Because she continues to
She's
bite
a
it.
little confused. She's got spirit. She's just a little confused.
Close has the right idea.
She's just a little. She's got the spirit there. She's got the energy. She's just a little confused on what to play with.
Yeah. She knows she has to play with that, but she doesn't know which part to play with.
She's got the
I was like, no,
idea, though.
attack the one that has the string and the ball and the bell.
She doesn't understand.
I think I'm going to become imprisoned. I'm imprisoned.
That's nice.
Wait, how?
I'm in this,
I got their ballista.
how do I get out?
Wait, are you actually in there?
There we go. Now I got out.
Oh, I gotta kill. Yeah, even the 50 kills with this thing is gonna take a while.
Where's yeah? Oh yeah, he left. Because you scared him away, Catherine.
Mason, span those barricades.
No, on Hunt Showdown, right? When I was attacking one of the teams that was trying to kill one of the bosses, I had a sniper, and I shot one of them because they were fighting another team while fighting the boss. One thing I forgot is when they killed the boss, you could claim the bounty, and once you claim the bounty, you have a little ability to see where other bounty hunters are if they're near you. It will show you their location. I forgot they had that. They know where I was. One of them snuck behind me and shot at me and scared me.
Oh no. Yeah, that's one of the games that I would continue to. It's on my radar.
I
have no idea what y'all are talking about. So
The Hunt Showdown, Krista. I don't know if you looked at that one.
No.
It is a very difficult game.
That's nice. I'm not interested, Sniper. I've got enough games to play. I'm just...
No. Oh, and Cynthia, you want to know what are the downsides about game?
What?
Once you reach level 10, and you have one of the characters, like let's say he's like level 16, whatever.
Yeah.
When you go into a match and you die with that character, you lose that character forever.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so Sinky's no longer going to play because Sinky doesn't do good at those kinds of games.
Excuse me.
So,
speak for yourself.
Sinky, you've stopped playing Zombie because of...
Okay, I stopped playing Zombie because I got stuck. Okay?
And you kept dying, which kept making you lose your character.
See, I don't mind that because you can have like your ability to play a different character.
Yeah, you have like you could just keep having characters, but there's in-game currency you need to use, and I think it's either okay. So there's two different currencies. There's blood money, and then there's another one.
Where there's blood money where you get in the game, and then there's another one where you actually have to spend money to really get a lot.
No. The blood money is the one.
Someone say microtransactions? I love those.
Well, blood money.
Like you
There's two
said
ways
laughing. Wait, no, I don't.
blood money. There's two ways to get it. You can actually
My
earn
keyboards.
them in game.
Wait, no,
or
Sniper. It's not that I'm trying to interrupt.
Do you actually have to give up some of your own blood to get the blood money?
But is this the kind of game currency where it's like you can get it in game for free, but the grinding was like extreme, and it would just be easier
I know
to buy
there's
it?
tons of like
Because,
DLC
every
for the
game does
hunted.
that.
No, the grind actually is not that extreme. It's pretty easy.
I don't think we have the same definition of fair and wonderful grinding, so I'll believe you, but only a tiny bit.
I killed Vengeance Reborn.
That's
No,
nice.
so, and another
I'm
thing,
playing with Unnamed Traveler in 14.
Oh, that's nice.
But
He's just a
That's
dude
cool.
walking around in our praetorium room.
Destroy that gate for the order.
in Hunt Showdown, there's also like two different types of characters. There's legendary characters, and then there's normal characters. Legendary characters are actually pretty good, but you need to use blood money to get them. Well, actually, a lot of them you need to pay real money.
See, there it is, microtransactions, where it would just be easier to buy it via cash instead of in-game.
Yeah, but some of them you could.
There it is, every darn game.
But and then there's just normal characters that you could just level up, and you use the other currency, which you get like easily. You just kill like either like NPCs or characters, and you get the currency.
Is someone controlling the monster or the creature?
No one's controlling the creatures. No one is controlling it. It's its own NPC, and they have. Basically, in order to know the location of the NPC, you need to go and get 3 clues.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's not difficult to get because there's a button you hold down for dark sight, which you hold down R1, and it shows you like a blue particle effects. That's where the clues are. And you go there, you get 3, and then it would show you the location of one of the bounties. There's 2. And I think there's like, I want to say there's like 6 or 7 different type of monsters you can fight.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's a fun game, but very like because one thing I'm not a huge fan of is you lose your character when you die. Yeah, I got two of my friends to get it. Because one of them, they actually like that's the type of game they're like into, and the other one likes it because they like crossbows. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of crossbows too.
In the game, there's a bow and a crossbow you can use. And I'm pretty sure it's on sale too for like 14. Ow. Stop attacking me.
Okay, Siki, we're only gonna talk about this once, because I don't really want to have the energy to talk about it twice. If you see Square Enix trending today, it's because they made a questionable decision.
Okay.
They sold off their entire Western division to THQ Nordic.
What?
Yeah, they sold Square Enix Montreal, Eidos Montreal, and Crystal Dynamics for $300 million.
Why?
They want to put the money into blockchain and NFTs.
Square does?
Yeah, that's not surprising. The CEO has already said he wants to do it, except everyone's like, why are you like this? This is the only time we're talking about it. So, this doesn't mean too much for games that are already in development. It just really means they're hopping handles. But this means Square Enix will no longer own the following titles, among 50 others. They will no longer own Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain, Sleeping Dogs, anything that was Western, Life is Strange, anything that was their Western studio is currently gone.
What? That's so stupid.
Yeah, everyone's like, alright, you just wasted your money. This is actually them kind of covering their butts, because remember what I just said in case of the CEO is already endorsed or wants to get into NFTs? Much to the backlash of the Final Fantasy XIV community, we all threatened to boycott. And since 14 is the thing that makes them the most money, if you lose 14, you're kind of broke. So by selling off these companies, they just guarantee that they have money. Yeah, so that's the only time we're talking about that. That really doesn't mean too much, it just means it's Square no longer owns them. I would assume it's gonna be fine. I don't know. I would love to be like, well, this is why they did it, but selling off your entire Western division just doesn't sound smart. But there you go, so if you see Square Enix trending, that's why.
Hiya!
That's all I'm commenting on with that.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's all I'm commenting on. Yeah, it's not going very well with the fans, but Square doesn't care. Matsuda doesn't care.
Just one thing, how much they like sell the
300 million. That's how they sent them out for 50 IPs. But someone said, Sinky, this means Sleeping Dog could get a sequel.
Well, and THQ is not so bad.
The Embrace figure, but I was like, wait, this means Sleeping Dog could finally get the sequel it deserves. But Square never gave it because they thought Sleeping Dogs was a failure commercially. It wasn't, but you know.
Well, the thing is, like, now's the time to do a Sleeping Dogs because people want GTA 6.
Now is the time.
Wait,
Granted, Sleeping Dogs isn't necessarily like GTA, but...
Now is the time.
Wait, what does that mean for Tomb Raider? Because they're making a Tomb Raider.
It doesn't mean anything. They're going to continue developing it. It'll just be under a different company.
Oh, okay, so it'll be the same thing. Oh, okay. It was actually weird.
Yeah, they'll just keep working. This isn't the first time. Okay, here, I'll phrase it. I'll explain it this way, Sniper. This isn't the first time a company's been bought while they're developing something. Because
I know.
Halo was the same way. Who made Halo originally?
Bungie!
Microsoft had bought Bungie when they were making Halo. It didn't do anything to Halo's development, it just meant Microsoft bought the game. They meant really the rights went to them. And then Bungie split anyway, and Bungie was sold off to Activision and then split. And then called the quitsies on that and ran away.
And
now they're technically Sony.
It's a partnership.
They're technically Sony, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're under the name, but Sony's letting them.
Somebody's shooting me?
Which I honestly like because if Sony did.
So yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. Just, you know.
This dude shot 3 arrows at me and then kicked me.
It's not going to fly over very well. So it's like, okay, so Square Enix's greatest enemy is itself. On one hand, they make some wonderful decisions. On the other hand, they make some really dumb ones.
Like every company.
Nah, but it's okay. As long as Yoshi-P is there, I have faith that Square Enix will be okay. Considering he, you know, saved the company a few years ago. So long as
I know, that's what the article... I never read the article, but that's like one of the...
Because it has spoilers in it.
It's like, this guy saved 14!
He didn't just save 14, he saved Square Enix.
Wait,
he saved Square Enix from burning to the ground. Oh my god. Sniper, do you know the original story for 14?
No.
Version 1.0? Oh my god, it's time for a throwback.
Yep.
All the way back in yonder days of 2010. Square Enix released this game called Final Fantasy XIV. Not to be confused with the version you're playing now. It was called 1.0. It had very troubled development, and that's
Bango?
troubled development, okay? And Square was kind of broke because they had spent a bunch of money trying to develop this game. And so a couple things did go wrong in development. While we could totally cover what went wrong, it's really just the CEO and higher-ups made a bunch of bad choices. Okay, Snape, are you following?
Mm-hmm.
But even though 1.0 was absolutely the most buggy and unplayable mess, they were like, oh, well, we're going to launch the game anyway. We'll fix it later. Yeah, no, they did not fix it later. So when 1.0 did come out in 2010, it was a disaster, to say the least.
And, like, not like, you know...
Not like a mild disaster, I mean disaster.
No, this is, like, worse than No Man's Sky disaster.
I mean disaster. So, the game was the most unplayable thing to ever exist, and players were like, this sucks. And so, as a result, the game notably didn't sell very well, and Square Enix stocks kind of crashed. Okay, so they were running out of money. They actually did have to call an emergency to make sure that they could still have some funds with the Japanese government. Okay, so they were kind of burning to the ground. It was not very epic. And so insert Naoki Yoshida. He was working on a project for Square Enix at the time. He was not on the Final Fantasy XIV team yet, but he knew because he worked there that things were going kind of bad. And so he actually, on his free time, spoke with some of the 14 devs to try and figure out what was wrong. And so when they were trying to fix 14 from the unbroken mess that it was, everyone was like, can Yoshida please join the project? And so the CEO put Yoshida in as producer, eliminating whoever held the position beforehand. And so his mission was to, save the company. He did. He pulled an absolute miracle and managed to get 14 into a somewhat playable mess with an emphasis on somewhat, and so they updated the game, except that 14 1.0 was still the world's worst game to exist. I mean, if you look at it on PC or Metacritic, it had like a user rating of like 1.4.
Was it
Not
worse
very
than
good.
Cyberpunk?
Not very good, and it was in the red the entire time. And so they pulled the ancient bamboozle that almost never works unless you have the right person doing it. They made Aroma Born at the same time. The entire time they were fixing Aroma 1.0, they were also making a second version. That's the version we play right now. And it worked. Somehow. Absolute miracle. When Aroma Born launched, everything was mostly fine.
Well, no, Kristen, you forgot about how they ended 1.0.
Oh yeah, the classic 1.0 ending. Snaper, you probably saw this when you were opening Aroma Born. How did they kill 1.0? Well, they legit blew it up.
I actually did not know this.
But yeah, they blew it up.
Did you see anything from 1.0 or anything from Aroma Born open? That's why Aroma Born starts the way it does. They crashed a moon on top of it. That's what the calamity was. They crashed a moon on top of it in a super duper cool cinematic.
Hey, that's from 1.0.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. That's how 1.0 ended on that day in 2011. The servers were yoinked off, and the world blew up, and that was it.
That's why A Realm Reborn has the longest credits, because in the credits they thank everyone who played.
The longest credits in an MMO.
They thanked everyone who played.
Some 2 hours 20 minutes. Because it includes every 1.0 player who came back for the new game.
What was the disaster for No Man's Sky? No. We weren't talking about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. We were talking about another game
14.
that had. I honestly think,
Kristen,
would you say this was like even worse than No Man's Sky? Because
absolutely.
No Man's Sky, I think, came from an unknown developer, right?
Yeah.
But this came from Square Enix, which is one of the best,
disastrous.
One of the best game studios.
Really known for its killer Final Fantasies, released the most non-Final Fantasy to ever Final Fantasy, and it backfired.
Wait,
and they were nearly bankrupt.
Wait, now this is how we will know if it. Like how bad it is.
And that's how Yoshida is the hero of Square Enix, because he legit pulled a miracle. Actually, if you want to watch a documentary on 1.0, I'll put it in the Square chat. It's a 3-part documentary from NoClip, covering the behind the scenes of what went down when they were making the game. Absolute disaster.
But how you say, was it worse than Cyberpunk?
Where's NoClip? It's always on my recommended. NoClip FF14.
Why do I have a small sword? There we go.
Cynthia.
Here it is.
Was it worse than
Copy.
Cyberpunk?
Oh shoot.
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk wasn't that bad. It was just a buggy launch, but it's not like they were going.
Oh yeah, no, because this Cyberpunk didn't. I mean, I think I would assume it hurt CD Projekt Red for.
But they were fine
financially, but they were fine. This nearly broke Square.
If 14 had failed, they would have had to close. That's how close it was. They were nearly bankrupt. Because too many costs, and while we can always point fingers at it, it was absolutely bad.
Plus, this was 10 years ago, and
yeah, this was 10 years ago now.
When
12.
I mean, well, yeah, But I don't think the video game industry was nearly as big, but
No.
even just 10 years ago.
Okay, there is a flashing car outside.
But yeah, I mean, this was a disaster.
It was an absolute disaster.
Kristen, do you think you would have, if you played 1.0, like, I mean, if you were like a fan at the beginning, would you have continued playing? Yeah, would you have stayed? I wonder how many fans they lost.
Would I have stayed? Probably not.
Yeah, I really wonder.
Mess. It was an absolute mess.
I think eventually you would.
I would have when I saw if it was fixed, I would have come back. But it was a disaster. It was not good. Too many things went wrong, and there was not enough good. But looking at 1.0 to 2.0 success is a classic story of how if you try hard enough, you can fix a video game if you have the right team.
Well, if you have the right tool and if you believe, I mean, if you really sometimes the best thing you can do is just start over from scratch.
Let's burn it and start over. All right.
Burn it to the ground.
What a crazy idea, but it worked.
That's a good idea. Please tell that to Bungie.
Why? Destiny 2? Kristen, I just can't believe.
Because when this wasn't last year, but 2 years ago now, when the anniversary was like 7th or 8th anniversary.
Okay. Yeah.
They were looking at how Yoshida did it, because Warframe had a less than stellar launch, but managed to fix itself into it now. Well, we know it now because it had a less than stellar launch. But one of the directors behind it, she said one of the things they looked at was 1.0, and they're like, okay, if they can do it, we can do it too. And she's actually a huge fan of 14, still plays it. They were like, okay, if they can fix their mess with the right tools, and maybe if we just believe hard enough, we can fix ours too. And obviously they did, because Warframe's still going. So many expansions, but if they can do it and dedicate the right amount of tools to it, we can hopefully do the same.
Yeah.
But just know that had 2.0 failed, 14 Square Enix would not exist.
Well, maybe not exist to what we know today. It might have existed as like a really. I mean, it could have become like an indie game, like an indie game studio.
They would have burned and crashed to the ground, and it was a time, man.
No,
we wouldn't have what we know from Square Enix to this day. We wouldn't have the fun stuff. We wouldn't even have KH3, because this was 2010.
KH.
So way before.
We may not have Life is Strange.
Everything would have been different. Whoo boy.
There are only a few captives left.
But there you go. That's the story of 1.0. A game launch gone wrong because they were way too cocky with it.
I just can't believe they copied Fortnite and destroyed it.
Get out. 14 did it first. Copycats.
No, if I remember correctly, Bungie almost went bankrupt from Destiny.
Freaking copycats.
Because the launch was horrible, and they lost like 90% of their player base.
Doofda.
Yeah, and sometimes you go, crap, is this the end? But sometimes you do manage an absolute miracle.
Well, yeah, and sometimes I mean, it really is the end.
And other times, your company is dead.
No, you want to know how long it took them to actually get some of the players back?
How long?
A long time, because you have to do some serious promising.
Well, you have to do some serious promising, and not only that, you actually have to.
That's why 14 managed to fix itself, because Yoshida was as honest as possible, and he's probably the most honest director in the gaming industry to this day. Because he straight up said, "Hey, we messed up. Here's what I'm gonna do to fix it." And ever since then, Louder with the Producer Live. We've got episode 60 now, where he just shares what's up.
Wouldn't that be awesome if like every game studio does? Well, I don't think then it would be as.
Was this honest?
I don't think it would be as special then.
If only every developer was this honest. And every time there's an issue with 14, Yoshida writes a letter. Saying,
I don't think it would be as cute if
Hey, we know what's up. And he apologizes a good 30 times whenever he makes a mistake.
Because he's a human being, so he is bound to make a mistake.
It is true, he is. And that's how we all know we can trust Final Fantasy XVI's development, because he's producer on that. So we all know Yoshi P would never betray.
Kristen, when are we gonna get something about it? Like, seriously, I wanted something at the indie games.
Oh, hopefully this month. I mean, they did say spring. They did say spring, and it is.
Well, Kristen, it would be funny if they were from Minnesota. Okay, so we still haven't hit spring yet. So.
Spring is a figment of our imaginations that doesn't actually exist. No, while we're talking about 1.0, because I do occasionally rewatch the No Clip documentary just because it's really good. Everyone wants them to do a continuation of it, or like a follow-up, because that was 5 years ago now. And in the past 5 years, a lot has changed for 14, like our popularity boost from last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's one of the most popular, if not the most popular MMO.
No, during 1.0 when they were fixing it, Sinky, you remember the 9.0 earthquake in Japan?
Oh yes,
because
yes.
That had happened while they were developing the game.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, Kristen, let's not.
It was being human beings.
It was a 9.0 earthquake, and then I do believe a tsunami happened.
Yeah, it
like
was
a terrible tsunami.
What happened was like a humanitarian disaster that we could barely comprehend. But they were trying to.
If we're going straight from winter to summer, it's like 5 years. Yes.
But Yoshi P said the reason they cut development during 1.0 is because he was like, they're human beings. We can't ask them to work when.
Okay, yeah, I know there's like deadly hurricane, or not hurricane, deadly tsunami and earthquake.
Said, like, some people just chose to stay at the office because it was safer there than risking going outside. It was like they're human beings. We can't.
That's why I can never live on the East Coast, and I'll never live on the West Coast. Like, well, not tsunamis, but hurricanes on the East. But earthquakes scare me. I mean, it's just like so much can happen.
It's like there's so much that went wrong, and the fact that they still managed to fix 14.
Yeah, I hate
this. Even during that is just an honest miracle that no one will ever pull off.
I hate this type of weather. I actually hate rain. Like, I know we need it, but I'd much rather have it snow than rain.
Wow.
Well, because especially when I'm walking, you know, because I feel like... No, I love the smell of rain. But sometimes the rain's nice. I hate walking in rain. God, it's miserable. But we need it, so...
I was gonna say, well, we need it, Sinky Pickers. They choosers in this world.
I know, like, I'd rather have rain than, you know, no rain.
It's just cloudy right here.
Yeah, it's cloudy here. It's cloudy.
It's sunny over here.
Oh, ain't that nice? You're thousands of miles away. You don't count.
Yes, I do.
You are thousands of miles away from us.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you are.
Good job, puppy.
I
mean,
my neighbor. You're my neighbor, right? You're my Polish neighbor?
Yes, exactly. 5 minutes away.
Of course.
No, see, Snipey, you gotta find a country that has the town Northfield. Well, I don't live in Northfield anymore, but... And then we could be sister cities!
I'm actually gonna switch it up right now.
Oh my goodness, Kristen, I was looking at a book at Walgreens. It costs $20. I'm never gonna buy it because it's super expensive for a book. Like a small, like 50 pages. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the books that they had was like about baseball, Minnesota and baseball. Baseball in Minnesota, there we go. Which is super interesting. It's a few years old because I mean it was written. Target Field already existed, but at the time, but not too long. Anyway, but another one is like crimes that happened, crimes and other stuff, weird things that happened, and I flipped to a random page.
Oh,
Guess what random page I flipped to?
What did you flip to?
It was a picture of, oh shoot, who was it? Oh, I can't remember who it was. But it was a mugshot of a couple people from the James and Younger Gang, and I flipped to the James and Younger Gang bank robbery. Well, it actually wasn't the robbery itself. It was sort of like the aftermath. It was the aftermath when they were released from prison.
They didn't rob from us. We defended ourselves. Much to their bamboozlery.
I know. I love Snipey. I still have to tell you the story of the James and Younger Gang robbery, right? Or attempted robbery.
Not to be confused with the Jesse James Gang, because that's not the name.
Actually, when I was I wrote a creative nonfiction piece about the robbery. And I was like, when I mentioned that it was the James and Younger Gang, and I was in parentheses, Jesse James was the most notorious.
But that's just because he talked
and
to
the
press.
most popular. Yeah, but he actually had a very, very small role in this bank robbery.
He was just
then he started a new gang,
and
then
he got shot.
Then he got shot in the back by the coward.
Bob. Who was then arrested with it because he did it for the bounty, but they didn't give him.
They were like, nope, you're gonna get a murder charge instead. And also not to be confused with the Team Rocket team, Jesse and James. No.
Sometimes I was actually thinking of that.
That's why they're named that way, genius. It's a direct, but not to be confused with.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you think they just named them Jesse and James for funsies? Jesse James?
Yeah.
No. It was intentional. It was deliberate.
Oh.
Anyway, Snipey, would you like to know about the James and Younger Gang?
Yes, I do, actually.
All right.
Oh, what have you done? Alright, Tinky. Recite the tour.
I gotta give a look. Do you know anything about the James and Younger Gang?
Nope.
All right. Because he's not gonna be... You're not from the Midwest, so there's no way...
He's gonna know too much because they were a Midwestern thing.
Alright, so they served... There was, 7 members in this gang, okay? Some of them served... They were all from Missouri, I think, okay? Some of them served on the Confederacy during the Civil War, and then after the Civil War, they formed a little, militia group, and they were kind of violent. And then Frank James, Jesse James's older brother, and Cole Younger, who were pals, were like, again, this is verbatim, let's form a gang! A robbery gang, let's do it! And they were like, yes! Okay, we just need some people in our gang, okay? Cole Younger was like, I got 2 brothers, Jim Younger and Bob Younger, okay? And Frank was like, oh my gosh, I have a brother named Jesse! Wow! Alright, so then, that's why it's the James and Younger Gang. And then they had Clell Miller, and this is the one I keep forgetting. Clell Miller and another one.
He's not important.
Clell Miller. I can't remember. Anyway, so there's another person. All right, and so then they robbed banks. They were the first gang to actually rob a bank during daylight hours. And And they made quite a lot of money robbing banks in the Midwest. And they caused a lot, like, they were, like, stole horses and yada, yada, yada. Okay? Then they robbed a train. And then they were like, okay, we're really wanted here. Okay, all right, we're wanted. I want to say they had, like, a member of their gang who reported to the Popo. And then they left Missouri and that, and they went north to Minnesota. All right? Then, they stayed in St. Paul for a little bit because St. Paul... Kristen, did you know this? Like, St. Paul was, like, home to a lot of criminals.
That's not surprising, honestly.
Because I think they were really lax on crime. They stayed there, and they're like, okay, we're going to rob a bank here. All right, we just got to figure out where we're going to go. And so they went to Red Wing. And they're like, yes, this bank looks perfect. And they were riding their really fancy horse, like their really expensive horses, okay? And they were in dusters, okay? They were cowboys, all right? So they were looking for cows or, you know, they were farmers, you know? So their outfit didn't look that out of place, all right? Why they really wore their dusters was to conceal their revolvers, all right?
Oh, that's smart.
Anyway, so that's why they wore dusters, okay? So, like, they wore hats and stuff.
Shotgun.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they didn't stand out. They were perusing the bank on their horses, and then they noticed that there was a large crowd watching them. They're like, crap, we're exposed. And we never really know why some say that it was because they were admiring their horses, because they had really nice horses, because they stole them, because they were thieves. But the thing is, they were actually, like, super intelligent, for the most part, and super cute, okay? All right? No, they were good looking. I mean, if you look at Cole Younger and Jesse James, they were very good looking and intelligent.
He was like,
the actual people or the horses?
yeah, the people. No, the people.
The people were very, very good looking, especially Cole, Frank, and Jesse. Okay, they were very good looking. And then throughout this time, so the leaders of the gang were the oldest, Cole Younger and Frank James. They were very popular in the Midwest, okay? They were popular not because they were Robin Hood, okay? They made it seem like they were Robin Hood, but they weren't. They weren't giving it to anyone, the money to anyone. Actually, there are mysteries as to, like, what they did with the money.
We'll never know.
Anyway.
Probably working on nightclubs.
So, maybe. But the reason they became so popular was because, and this was very, very smart of Jesse James, he actually sent letters to a newspaper. And the newspaper really shined a positive light on the gang. So they weren't nearly as vicious as they were. I don't think they killed a lot of people, but they weren't nice people.
They were criminals, you know.
Yeah, they were criminals, but smart. I think Cole Younger was very literate. Like, they all... Yeah, he was smart. Anyway. And so they were viewed as, like, this Robin Hood type gang, except they never really gave money to the poor at all. Alright? So...
no, that's just very confusing.
Yeah, they were very popular.
Hence why it's known as the Jesse James Gang, because everyone thinks,
because Jesse was the one
he
who
was the one who always talked to the press.
Yeah, and so he was the more popular one. But anyway, so then their cover and it became too hot in Missouri. So then and the surrounding states near Missouri. So they went to Minnesota. They went to Red Wing.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, this is a great this is a great bank we're going to rob from. Then, there are too many people, and maybe some other things as well. We'll never really know. So then they decide to go to Northfield. All right?
This is why we're famous.
Northfield had a population of about 2,000, maybe 3,000.
That's pretty
Okay.
high
Okay.
back in the day.
What was popular about Minnesota, or Northfield, was we had 2 colleges,
Nerd school.
Carleton and St. Olaf.
That meant a lot back in the day.
I think we had St. Olaf. We for sure had
and
Carleton.
That was a really good school.
All right.
Nerd
I mean,
schools.
Carleton is one of the best schools in the for sure in Minnesota and possibly in the state or in the U.S. Anyway, so we were a very small town, and they perused, and they're like, yeah, this is a good place. We're gonna rob this bank. All right. So then this is where we get
The tour. She did this for a living.
Yeah, and you may be like, why do you know so much? Because I gave
This
tours.
is what she did for two or three summers?
I know this
By heart.
almost by
it away.
heart.
Take it
All
away,
right.
Sinky.
September 7th, 1876. So they were robbing banks for a good probably 10 years, about, maybe a little less. Okay, so they were really good. All right? September 7th, 1876. It was a Thursday afternoon around 2 p.m. It was extremely hot, okay? It was very, very humid. All right? That's the setup. The gang, there were 7 people in this gang, okay? 7 people participated. They arrived in Northfield in 3 different groups. All right, they all had their little horsies. All right, don't worry, I did not say horsies when I gave it to her.
I kind of wish you did. That was fun.
Well, some of these were I gave these to as 2 adults, so but and I worked for free. Well, actually, I didn't work for free. I got like $100, but I got tips. I got to keep tips. Anyway, all right. The first group to arrive was Cole Younger, Bob Younger, and Charlie Pitts. That's his name. That's the third one. That's the guy I was missing, Charlie Pitts. Okay, so Cole, Bob, and Charlie. They, go into town riding their little horsies. Not standing out because everyone, it was like, okay, they're wearing dusters, but that's just because they're that's just their job. They were looking for cattle, I think. That's what they said. So they tie the horses up to the, posts that are still there to this day. They tie the horses, and then they go inside the bank. And then the second group comes in, and this consisted of Clell Miller, Cole Younger, and no, not Cole Younger, Frank James, and because Cole went to the robbery. No, did I say Cole went to the Did I say Cole was in 3 or group 1? Okay, yes, Cole is in the bank. Frank James is not in the bank, I think. I'm not rusty on the facts. I'm rusty on the names. Because it was either Cole or Frank that went to the bank. Okay, one of those 2 went to the bank. Anyway, so we'll say Frank James and Clell Miller and Jim Younger come in, and they just hang out in this on the road, downtown. Clell Miller gets off his horse. Well, actually, they all get off their horse and, fiddle with their saddles and, Clell Miller goes over to the bank And he closes the door. Okay? The door is open because it was super hot. He closes the door and stands guard. Then a townsperson, I forgot his name, important townsperson one was like, that's weird. Why'd he do that? And so because he just left the bank. And so he's like, what? That's really weird. Like, why? What? And so then he tries to go back into the bank. All right. Chloe Miller stops him from entering and sort of like shoves him back. And so then important townsperson one was like, holy crap, our bank is being robbed. And so then he runs back to his store while yelling, get your guns, boys, they're robbing the bank. All right. Now, there was like a lot of people outside, and then the chaos ensued. All right. So people were like, oh my God, they're robbing the bank. And then the other people, oh, there are bees. And so then the men were like, oh my God, we got to go protect our town. All right. And so because there's a gun store nearby, I can't remember the gun store's owner. We'll call him Person B. Person B is like, oh my God, we gotta protect our town. I'm gonna go grab my gun. And then, so he went to go grab his gun. And then medical student Henry something was sitting in front of his father's store. And when this happened, he was like, oh my God, but my house is, far away. I can't go get my gun. I can't do that. Then Henry was like, oh my God, no, I know there is a musket hanging over on display or whatever in the hotel, which is nearby on the same street. All right. And so he is like, I'm going to go grab that gun. And so he runs to the hotel, grabs the gun, and goes to a second-story window, okay, where he has good aim of the city, or the street. All right? So gunfire ensues. The other two remaining people, Frank James and whoever I forgot, I think it was Charlie, maybe, Jesse and the other person come down on their horses and start firing. Okay, so they're firing their revolvers, pew, 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 and the townspeople are like pew, 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 with their rifles. Okay, it's a gunfight. All right. Now there were several saloons and bars. This one guy named Nicholas Gustafson, he was a Norwegian immigrant. Okay. He was on the street. Now, this is where there's a little, we don't actually know why. People have said it's because he didn't know English. And so when Frank James was like, get out of the street, man, get out of the street! There are some who say, well, he didn't understand them. He didn't understand that, and it's kind of stupid because, like, any human would be like, wow, this person's waving a gun at me, I should move. It's more likely that he was super drunk, and he didn't leave the street. And so, anyway, boom. He was shot and killed, all right? And then at this time, boom. Important person one, shoots, or the gun store owner, one of those two. Townsperson shoots Clell Miller in the heart. Boom. Actually, it might have been Henry, actually. No, it was Henry. Henry shoots from his window. Henry shoots Clell Miller in the heart, and he falls off his horse dead. All right?
Pew, pew.
So, in this course of minutes, this happened in minutes, okay? Two people are dead.
7 minutes.
All right? And it's chaos. Like, there's chaos, all right? It's a gunfight. So let's go into the bank. Okay, at this point in the tour, we would step inside the real bank that they attempted to rob. The real bank with the real vault and the real safe.
Untouched, by the way.
Untouched. They've had to do a little, I think, like the counters might be a little new. but the floors are the same floors.
It's a historical.
Like I have stepped where Cole Younger, Jim Younger, and Charlie Pitts walked. Like I have walked there. All right. So in the bank, so they come in the bank, and then the 3 people working at the bank were Joseph Lee Haywood, Alonzo something, and banker number 3. I can't remember their names.
He's unimportant as well.
He's unimportant. Okay, the 2 bankers besides Joseph Lee Haywood are unimportant. Okay, Alonzo and banker 3. Okay, but he's not a banker. Worker 3. All right, so they step in. They come into the bank, and they're like, "Hi, welcome to bank. Like, what can we do for you?" And they're like, they pulled out their guns, be like, "This is a robbery." Okay, I actually don't know if they said this is a robbery. Anyway, so they hop over the teller's thingy-mabobber. They hop over the counter, and they're like, "Give us the money." Okay, give us the money. And so the robbery begins. And Cole Younger goes over to Joseph Lee Haywood. And in this time, Joseph Lee Haywood would risk his life about 4 times. I can't honestly actually, I can't remember the last one. He would risk his life 4 times during this robbery. Okay, so the first time was Cole Younger asked him, open the safe. Okay, open the safe, give us the money. Joseph Lee Haywood was like, I can't open the safe. I am not the banker. All right? I'm not the banker. So I don't have access to that. And so then Cole went to the other 2 people and was like, yo, open this safe. All right? I'm super serial. Okay? I'm serious. Open the safe. Give us the money. And they were like, I ain't the banker. I'm just, one of them was the bookkeeper. And another one wasn't, anything important. Anyway. And so then they went back to, Cole went back to Joseph Lee Haywood. And he was like, open the stupid safe. Open it. And they're like, I can't open it because the safe is on a time lock. And I can't open it. And they were like, oh. See, at this point, the time lock was invented, but it wasn't installed yet. It wasn't installed yet. So the time lock, why would the safe be locked during business hours? That's stupid. B, so the time lock was on, but it was in whatever the safe, but it wasn't activated. Okay. All right, so that's the second time. He risked his life. All right, now at this point, Frank James, because remember there's a gunfight going on, was like, yo, okay, hurry this up. All right, we gotta go soon. All right. And so then Joseph Lee Haywood risked his life a 3rd time, saying, "Murder, robbery." All right, he yelled robbery, but the door was closed. No one was going to hear him. And then...
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. And then he risked his life a 4th time when he lunged for one of the robbers. I think it was Charlie Pitts. Anyway, so Charlie was like, hey, you don't go after me. And so he slammed the butt of his revolver across Haywood's head, knocking him down semi-conscious, okay? Then Charlie was like, that's not enough, so I'm gonna slice your throat, all right? So he grabs his knife and slices Haywood's throat, but he doesn't actually, really, it's not very deep. It was more of an intimidation tactic to get the others to open the safe, all right? Then... I don't think it was Alonzo, it was the other person, the bookkeeper, who saw that one of the doors on the other end was open, I think, or there's an exit on the other side, and so he escapes through the exit, all right, And then they try, one of them like goes after him, shoots him a couple times, but misses. So then he goes back to the bank. He goes back to where the action is. Frank James rides around again, saying, all right, like, we gotta go. We have to go, all right? We are being shot at this, like, we're being shot, all right? For some reason, the townspeople are fighting back. Who would have thought that?
This isn't like all their other robberies.
And so, the three robbers were like, fine, we'll leave. So they grab some money that was lying around, and then they start to head out. Frank James, or Joseph Lee Haywood, tries to get up now, okay? So he's trying to get up, because he is, you know, probably has a concussion. Anyway, so he's a bit loopy. Anyway, so he leans on the desk that they actually have at the bank. And then Cole Younger walks over to him, pulls out his, or, you know, he has his pistol, shoots him point blank in the head. All right? So Joseph Lee Haywood dies. Sort of really assassinated. And the, really for no reason.
I was gonna say, we don't really know why.
Like, it was cold blood. He killed him in cold blood.
We don't know why they killed Joseph Lee Haywood, because they just kind of did.
Yeah. There was no reason for it. So then, they leave the bank. Alright? And there's still chaos. Alright? They're still shooting. Henry, who is still in his window, sees Bob Younger, shoots him. Alright? He hits him in the elbow. Bob Younger's elbow is completely shattered and actually will never be healed again. Never be healed correctly. Anyway, so he's hurt. He can't ride his horse. And so he jumps on to Cole Younger's horse, and they ride away. Okay? They ride away. They leave Minnesota, or they leave Northfield. And so you might be like, wow, this, you know, seemed like a lot of time this must have been a very long robbery. Well, no. It was 7 minutes. Okay? 7 minutes.
More or less.
In that 7 minutes, the robbers, all of the gang members were shot. None of them life-threatening, but they were all shot. They have bullets in them. Bob Younger got the worst of it because he got it in his elbow. And one of the gang members is dead. Okay? And 2 innocent people, townspeople, were killed as well. And so you might be like, what the heck? Why did they put up a fight? Why did Joseph Lee Haywood risk his life for some money? Okay? Well, money wasn't government insured back then. So once the money was gone, taken, like there's no way there's no way they could back it up. Okay? There was about $12,000 in that safe, I think. All right? That's millions today. All right? I mean, this is almost all of the townspeople's money, okay? All of this rested in the bank, all right? And Joseph Lee Haywood knew that, and he knew that if this money was taken, then their town would forever be changed, and it would. It would have been forever changed. But he also knew one thing that I honestly can't believe. So now there are reasons, like they wonder why... They wonder why this robbery went so badly, because most of their robberies went so smoothly. Some argue that they were drunk during this time, during the robbery, because there were many saloons in Northfield and in the surrounding cities, towns. So there are like, okay, did they just get super drunk and that's why they failed? Well, anyway, that doesn't really matter, okay? Joseph Lee Haywood knew he protected the safe. I mean, to the extent to where he was killed for it. He knew that the safe was unlocked the entire time, so all anyone had to do was just walk into the vault and open up the safe, and then the money would be theirs. Okay? They didn't do that. And all they got out of it was about $11. $11 out of the 12,000 that was available in the safe. All right? Now you may be wondering what the heck happened to the gang afterwards. All right? They rode out. They left Northfield. And then the largest posse ever formed was formed, and they're like, all right, we got to catch these guys, okay? We got to catch them.
I'm gonna guess they're called the Pinkertons.
So then they, like, the gang steals some horses. And then they get to a place called Hanska Saloon, all right? Hanska Saloon. Sort of like a swamp area, all right? The posse finds them. And they're like, all right, surrender? Or, you know, it's going to be a shootout, all right? And so so then a shootout starts, a shootout happens. Charlie Pitts is killed in the shootout, all right? Oh, and then at this point, sorry, I forgot to mention, before they get to Hanska Saloon, Jesse and Frank leave, okay? They split up, and Frank and Jesse go back down south. They go south, all right? Back to Missouri. So then it's just the younger brothers and Charlie Pitts, okay? Charlie Pitts dies in the shootout. Cole Younger gets shot about 11 times. Jim, I think 7 times. And Bob a couple times. They all go to prison. And to avoid the death penalty, because their charges, if they had pled not guilty and they were found guilty, death penalty was put on the table. All right, and they would have hung. They would have been hanged. And so they pleaded guilty to avoid a death sentence. So they spent their time in, oh my God, was it Stillwater? Anyway, I think it was Stillwater prison.
It was Stillwater.
They spent their time, they had a life sentence in Stillwater prison, all right? Bob Younger dies of tuberculosis in prison, all right? Then, so now it's just Cole Younger and Jim Younger, all right? They're doing their life sentence. They were really good they were really good prisoners, all right? Plus, I mean, there was a fire one time and they saved some people, and then, so they were, you know, doing good.
They were beaten. They were beaten.
And so, then a new law came about where, if they served X amount of time of their sentence, they could receive parole. And so, Jim and Cole were paroled under the, they got parole when they said, never come back to Minnesota again. Don't come back. Ever. Leave and never come back. Okay? So they were sort of banished from Minnesota. All right. Jim Younger, they actually had like an interview. This was what was in the book. Their interview after being released, and Jim was like, yeah, you know, I'm really going to live life now. You know, I feel good about, you know, life. I don't think he ever leaves Minnesota. He goes to a hotel. He has this lady friend who he loves, and then the lady friend dumps him. I think they were almost about to be engaged, but then her father didn't want her to marry a criminal. And so then she goes away. All right, Jim becomes super depressed and kills himself in a hotel. So he's dead. Cole Younger goes down south and meets with Frank James, and they're like, okay, we obviously can't, you know, rob banks anymore. So what are we gonna do? And they were also like under Cole was under some thing where he couldn't make money for something, okay? And then, but then he's like, oh my God, Frank, I have an awesome idea. Let's join a Wild West group, okay? Like sort of like a rodeo place, okay? So they would go and they would make money. And then Minnesota was like, I'm not a fan of that. And then they sort of live out their lives, and I think Cole eventually says he found religion, and so he dies. I think he's the last to die because Frank dies eventually, and then Cole Younger dies in the early 1900s. He dies peacefully in his home, okay? Now you may be like, well, what the heck happened to Jesse James? Well, he goes back to Missouri, and he forms a new gang. All right? He robs banks with his new gang, one of which is Robert Ford. Okay, Bob Ford. Bob Ford had a brother Ford. They were both in the gang, okay? His gang robbed banks, but it was never to the success of the original James and Younger gang. All right? So they were robbing banks, and there was a bounty out for Jesse James. Okay? And the government sort of got a hold of Bob Ford and was like, all right, you got to kill him. All right? And so now Jesse he had a family. He was in his home with Bob Ford because they had become good friends. And so they are, chilling in his home when Jesse is he has his back turned to Bob Ford. Okay, he has his back to him. All right, I think he was fixing a picture, a photo. Anyway, so then Bob Ford shoots him in the back, and Jesse dies. Some say it was very cowardly of him. There's actually a movie called The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Bob Ford, or Robert Ford. Okay, it has Brad Pitt in it. It's actually a decent movie. Anyway. And so Bob Ford is like, woohoo! I killed Jesse James. Woohoo! Now give me that reward money.
Mine.
And the government was like, murder's still murder though. And so then he gets arrested, and then eventually released. He was never charged. So that is the end. So then Jesse dies. And so that is sort of the end of because everyone's dead now, especially after Cole died.
Everyone died.
Frank dies of natural causes. I think he had a disease or something. So not natural causes. He got an illness and died, and then Cole Younger wrote books. I actually think he wrote some books about his, because they were still very popular, and some of the books that he wrote were about like how he sort of regrets his life of crime, and he doesn't want young boys to follow in his footsteps, because he was very popular in the South. And so yeah, he dies in, I want to say like 1910 or something, 1911 or 12, something around there. And that is the story of James and Younger gang, and how they attempted to rob Northfield's bank, but they didn't. Woo, the first bank that stopped them. Woo woo! Woohoo!
You wanna know a funny
And
thing?
this is why every year down here we have the defeat of Jesse James.
Yeah, and
Day
then
around the week that they were defeated. It's just funny because all they had to do was walk inside the vault and it would have been theirs.
yeah, I think they started celebrating the defeat of Jesse James days in the early 1900s.
All they had to do was just walk
But
inside.
they have a lot of, actually, the Northfield is actually very famous for its historical landmarks, because almost all of the buildings downtown are from that time period. The bank is still there, It's not obviously a bank anymore.
It's now preserved.
The bank was moved across the street. But yeah, that is the story of James and Younger gang. Bada bing, bada boom.
The more you know. You might want to brush up on those names, though, dude.
I know. It's like JR something was one of the townspeople.
There you go. All they had to do was walk inside
and open the stupid safe, but they didn't because they're stupid.
See, it's funny. They were so smart, and yet they were just so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
They closed the door to the bank when it was super hot out.
Oh yeah, no, they.
It's like, okay, that's kind of suspicious. And then there you go.
But yeah, that is the
Come
story.
down here, Cynthia could give you the tour in the actual spot. It is a preserved building.
Yes, every September, early September, they do they have the Defeat of James Days where they give tours. And a reenactment.
I do want to see that. That sounds really.
Actually, I might be able. They'd have some videos of it, so I might be able to find you a video of the reenactment.
You want to know something about that story? It sounds very similar to the Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
It sounded very, very similar. And
all they had to do was walk inside the stupid vault.
And open the dang safe.
Yeah. That's all they had to do was check.
No, I don't know. Now you may be like, well, how do we know of what happened? Because one of the people who was in the bank sort of stayed silent and didn't really do anything, so he is the eyewitness to this case.
Shared what he saw.
Yeah. So they didn't even bother trying to open or anything.
Nope.
They believed him when he said they couldn't. And the time lock was believable because it was a thing, but it just wasn't activated. All they had to do was walk inside.
Keep it up. We've nearly taken the town square.
All you had to do, Cole, was follow the damn whatever. I was trying to make it work, but
just open it. Just walk.
That's all you had to do. That's all they had to do. All they had to do was open it, and you know what? They didn't. And as a result, they lost, and were never.
Yeah, I mean, they were on the run for the entire time. This was their last robbery.
That was it.
Or last attempt robbery.
When they made it to the safe, wasn't the entire town alerted? There was a robbery going on?
Well, I mean, by the time that they had to do was walk inside.
I don't think they ever knew that it was the James Younger game because they were infamous. They're very well known, but I mean, what else could be happening if there's somebody,
known in the South, just not in the North.
Yeah, and so they were alerted that somebody robbed the bank, and then
time, so it's not like you could just check Twitter. Oh, Jesus, these robbers.
Well, you know what could also been? It would probably be the pressure because the entire town was alerted, and they were
oh yeah, I'm sure they absolutely panicked because this is the first time a town actually went, hey, you can't take my money.
Yeah.
That's mine. And Haywood was a hero.
That's actually very interesting.
I know, right?
I'm gonna have to look it up even more. I'm really.
Haywood was a hero.
Oh wait, there was a character who was actually based on James Younger, Jesse.
Oh yeah, I know. Jesse is very popular. Except in this robbery, because he was young-ish. Yeah, he was very, very popular. Even though he really had little part in the robbery.
Okay, so one of the characters, you know the character's name from Red Dead Redemption 2 at least, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it Arthur? Or is that kind of main dude?
Dutch Van.
Oh. Yeah.
He is based on Jesse.
Does he get shot in the back of the head?
I can't tell you
death. But honestly...
It will be a spoiler.
I know. Bob Ford actually got a lot of crap for
shooting him in the back.
I mean, yeah, they call him a coward.
But honestly, what else are you gonna? gonna do anything to do with.
There are also like some like people are like, well, maybe Jesse wanted to die because he didn't even have his gun.
So, one of the games in Red Dead Redemption 2 that's believed to be based on the James Younger game was the Jack Hall game. Or Jack Hall, that was like the character.
Okay.
Which I don't remember that character at all. And I remember most of them. I don't remember him, so I think it was like a side mission or something. But yeah,
Jesse
like,
would be very displeased that his character, like a person like him, was reduced to his side content. He would not be happy about that.
No, you should honestly play Red Dead Redemption.
I know, I have. Isn't that the prequel? Should I play that before I do 1?
Play that, and then play 1 because
I might just get Red Dead Redemption for the Xbox. Oh, but then I have to get. We'll see.
Because
Instead of
Red
just
Dead
going
Redemption from, story-wise, taking place.
Yeah,
before
I
Red
know
Dead.
it's a prequel.
And it is a really good game.
But would you say it's better than God of War?
Yes.
God.
Yes, it is.
Not voice actor wise.
No, voice actor and everything. It's better than God of War.
No,
it's
no,
not.
it's not. No, it's
No,
not.
it's
Stop
not.
lying. Stop
No, it's
lying.
not.
The voice for I was gonna say Kratos.
Kratos?
No, Kratos. Yeah, Kratos. Is way better than Arthur because I think that's who won, right? That's who
Sniper,
won.
do you get why
Arthur.
I'm asking that question?
No.
Because Red Dead Redemption swept at the Game Awards.
They came out in the same year. Red Dead got almost every trophy at the Game Awards. Or trophy.
I mean, yeah,
Except for the one that mattered. They didn't win Game of the Year because that was God of War.
really good, but story-wise, Red Dead Redemption 2.
I highly disagree.
You would have
Because
to
you
play-
want to know the one thing with the story in Red Dead 2, Sniper?
What?
It was
I
obvious
played
how
it,
it was
yeah.
going to have to end. Because one already exists. So it's like,
Well-
okay.
Yes and no.
No, I know how Red Dead 2 goes.
No, I mean, but before you even looked it up, like that.
I didn't look it up, I watched it, but okay.
But you know.
I know that's the one downside to prequels is that you know how it's going to end.
You know how it's going to end. Obviously, X character can't be existed in the story anymore because, well, he's not in X. He's not in the original game.
It
Doesn't
kind of-
Arthur die of syphilis?
TB, it's actually TB.
Oh, TB. Oh,
Tuberculosis.
dang.
I am not telling you how he got it. You
He
will have
got
to
he
play
got
it.
TB and then he dies because TB is deadly.
Especially back then.
I almost spoiled something about that.
I have it, so I'll
She's
eventually
not
play
going
it.
to play Red Dead for a while. You know that, right, Sniper?
I know, but okay.
She's got 1,000 other games she needs to play.
So it's about Arthur Morgan because we know what happens to him.
He dies by TB. A really bad
No,
way to
he
go.
doesn't actually. He doesn't die to TB.
Well, I know he
There we
has
go.
TB.
He pretty
has-
much dies from TB. Okay, he pretty much did.
He got shot and killed.
He pretty much is
Did
dying from TB the
tuberculosis
entire
shoot him?
game.
Yes, it was tuberculosis.
The TB manifested outside of him and was like,
yes.
hasta la vista.
I mean, yes, it was like
Tell
Fatal.
people. Well, obviously you can't tell people, but I'll let them know that you died not from tuberculosis. Well, kind of from tuberculosis, but
no but-
tuberculosis shot you.
No, if you want to play an emotional game, Red Dead Redemption 2. Highly
See,
recommend.
I just don't think it was that emotional, but you know.
Okay,
what
see,
I know.
okay, Kristen, let's just remember that we are from the Midwest, okay?
Yeah.
What's that kind
Gang
of word?
stories, because we know gangs.
Oh, that's true.
No, because some of the characters you get really attached. to.
That's not what it meant to
You get really attached. And
Well,
Yeah,
see,
I'll
Sniper,
eventually
your
play it.
mistake was getting attached.
Yeah,
no,
that's
there
your
was
problem.
There's 2 character deaths. That
I
made me
honestly cannot wait till we play Final Fantasy X. I'll probably do one more game after this, and then I'll hop off so my sister can play. And then,
She'll come back
I have
in
to
time.
switch my PlayStation. That's a pain in the booty.
Our navy must pass safely through the strait.
Wait, why?
Just get
'Cause-
another TV. Oh.
Well, actually, we do have one in the loft, so I might use that one.
Because she has
Because-
two PlayStations.
Yeah, I have the PS5, and then I have,
She has the PlayStation that was at her dorm.
and then I have the
and then she has
PlayStation,
PlayStation that was at her
PS4,
home.
and then the PS5. But yeah, so I have to. I might just put
No,
it
but
in the.
in-
Oh, it depends if
in
Catherine
bedroom.
wants to watch. Well, she can watch if you want. Do you want to watch me play
bedroom.
10?
Just go out in the loft. There's a
I
couch
might
out
go
there.
into the loft so I don't actually have to fiddle around with some stuff, because then I have to move this, and it's a lot of work.
No, there's two characters in pets.
Sniper, we're past the emotional impact of it.
No, I'm sure it's emotional, and I might get emotionally invested.
Oh,
We're
the
moving
two
past
characters?
your Red Dead time. We're
The two
Final
characters?
Fantasying. Let's final those fantasies.
Do
Hey,
I
put your
do Yakuza on Wednesday? Shoot, I gotta see if I can go to the doctor.
Yakuza.
I thought you finished it.
No, I have
Huh?
not.
She did not finish Yakuza 0 yet, but she could totally finish this week. If she tries hard
I
enough.
would say go for it. If you're close.
Okay, account.
Hey, speaking of Yakuza, Yakuza 8 is apparently doing pretty good in development.
Excuse me, I said remember me? Gosh darn it. Oh, crap. What's my... Oh, boy. Let's try this one.
No, what's another?
Boom! That is right. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait for the new Spider-Man game. That's the one I'm like.
The what?
Schedule an
the new
appointment.
Spider-Man.
I'm sorry, the what now?
The
Spider-Man!
new Spider-Man.
Okay, you're quiet, boy. Don't
Not my
get
fault.
so aggressive. You're quiet.
No, I was trying to say it so you could actually understand what I was saying. Because I know
You
I was
were like
quiet.
Okay.
quiet on my end, okay? You
Primary
don't need to be so aggressive
care.
with me. Well, the new Spooderman's not coming out till next year.
No, I know, but I
Thank
just couldn't wait.
goodness.
And yeah, 2022 is way too packed. Well, with Ragnarok still supposed to come out this year, I'm predicting December or November.
I have a feeling it's gonna be the beginning of next year.
No, it's not.
No,
The director
because
said it's coming out this year.
But so much could still change. Like there could be a delay.
He was very confident that they were still going to have a 2022 release date when it was the
You know
birthday.
what happens when directors are confident or whatever?
Are you doubting the God of War director?
Kinda.
The man
Kinda.
who made God of War so good?
Yeah.
Ye of little faith.
Says the
Ye
person
of
who-
little faith.
Did you? Oh, how you say it?
Ye
There
of
was a-
little faith. Even if it does come out this year, like I said, I'm not getting Ragnarok. I have no intention.
There's the person who has little faith in Payday 3.
I have no intention of ever getting Ragnarok, or I won't say ever, but not in the future of the
Oh,
thing this year.
I really want to get it. Because, well,
You're my favorite Pengu, but you played the first one. Yeah, well, you know, I sure did, and it was a good
But
time.
money.
But I don't have a wallet anymore. It's kind of dead. No, Stinky, because you know what? Final Fantasy 16 is almost done in development.
Oh, really?
But it's also not set to come out this
Why
year.
is
because it
Vin
was
Diesel?
missing from-
Oh, sweet.
It's his birthday. Or someone's birthday.
What?
It's an
Someone's
actor on
stuff.
Twitter's birthday. I don't remember
Oh,
who. Someone's birthday is today.
Oh, oh.
No,
Oh,
16
no,
is
Justin
apparently in the
Lin,
finishing
apparently.
stages
No, well, I'm not
of
done.
development, and I'm
Vin
like,
Diesel's
well, my
not
wallet-
good to work with, apparently. Whatever.
What?
Wait, who's not good to work with?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I heard that rumor. He's.
Wait, what's about Vin Diesel?
He's not
Apparently,
fun to work
he's really difficult to work with. And the
man.
Twins are moved up their like almost #1 prospect to the major leagues. Jose Miranda. You want to know something interesting about Jose Miranda?
Isn't he related
He's
to...
cousins! His cousin is Lin-Manuel Miranda. And Lin-Manuel Miranda has actually said he would love to go to Target Field.
I'm gonna be tonight. I understand what you guys are saying.
Oh, are you watching the Cyanide and Happiness?
Cynthia, you haven't played God of War yet, right?
No.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. I was trying to figure out what we were talking about before.
Oh, really?
Well, Cynthia kind of distracted me with the actor thing, so I was trying to figure out why he was trending.
No, Ragnarok is...
I'm not gonna get Ragnarok. I'm just letting you know right now, stranger. Unless you want to donate a copy of Ragnarok, I'm not getting it. No, I
mean,
sure
I
do.
would. If you want to.
Unless you want to donate money so that I can buy it, then it's not in the plans, because I have to save for Final Fantasy 16. Which I unfortunately care about more.
Hey, Cynthia, you say you're getting off after this, or you can get more after?
I might do one more.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back. Just...
God of War was alright, but I was just trash.
I think we're gonna lose this one. How many trebuchets do we have? One?
The siege weapons must be defended. You chicken-hearted milksops! We're out of reinforcements! Fall back!
Alright. Yeah, I'll do one more.
That's why that freaking purity thing should... Oh, I mean, I just took a video at school. This account being berserkers.
The desecration of Gallant Court.
So much fun. One crap, 60 mining. Oh no.
Yeah, where'd you go, bud?
Focus on getting like 90 strength for now. I'll go for 90 range.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, 16's nearly done in development, but it wasn't supposed to come out this year.
Oh, really?
No, because it was off Square Enix's 2022 plans, because they have a bunch of other games coming out.
Really?
Well, I mean, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
Forspoken.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
And you
about
don't want to release
Forspoken.
too many JRPGs in
Yeah,
one
no.
year, because then you're just competing with yourself.
Yeah.
And with 16 being super duper hyped, plus moving it to next year would give more people a chance to get a PS5,
Yeah.
because it's PS5 only.
That's stupid.
But we'll see what they do. Plus, they also want to space it out with 14, because you really don't want to compete with yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Considering most of the fan base for 14 wants to play 16, you want to release it when 14 isn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, here's your in-between patch stuff, because the majority of the 14 fan base wants to play 16. Because it's, like, right up our alley. Classic Square Enix Final Fantasy game? Hit me. No modern shenanigans that 15 did? Even better.
Well, didn't, like, 13 also Like, wasn't that also
Kind
sort
of
of?
went with this futuristic-y kind of stuff, but
But
it was
yeah,
more futuristic-y
15
than modern.
15
was just pure
really.
modern with a dash of fantasy involved. Not to shame 15. For those who enjoyed it, I'm glad. I just don't think it's not Final Fantasy, in my humble opinion.
I think it would be a much better game if it got fully finished.
the
If all of the
DLC
DLC.
The DLC's really murdered it. I am the best girl. Where's your DLC?
I'm gonna take it against talking about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
15 was a game, that's for sure. Not to shame, and I'm sure it was good for those who played it, but I think it was only good if you actually played the DLC. Why
Yeah.
are you?
Our fortifications are being
But was the DLC good or was the DLC bad?
Debatable.
The DLC shouldn't have been DLC. Number one should have been in the game.
Okay, it had a very troubled development, and so by the
Well,
time it
plus-
came out, it was kind of just, it came out and
And-
really split the fandom.
Not
'Cause it
all of
wasn't
the
a complete
DLCs.
game.
Yeah, not all the DLCs were ever released.
Yeah,
Oh.
because they had the, 4, post-game ones, except that the game died beforehand, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the DLC promised character development for the characters that needed character development never actually came out. Instead, your character development was put in a book, and if you were lucky, you got the book.
So, like, the leading lady
occupied.
Leading lady had 15 lines,
had 15 lines.
Defend
maybe 10 minutes of screen
Do
time.
not allow them
It was
Female
not
character,
good.
by the way.
disable them.
It was not good. And I feel like Square is Final Fantasy is like known for their really good female characters.
Yuna.
Yuna,
Lightning
Lightning.
is cool in her own right.
See, I think the problem is that people compare her to a Cloud, and
And that's not
she's
what
not
you're
going to win that
supposed
battle.
No.
Tifa, Aerith, even though they've sort of been reduced by the fandom to, you know.
Don't mind the fandom. But they're known for the characters. I mean, and then 15 went. What is a female protagonist?
Does
What
a
are
female
females? Those aren't
protagonist have 15
Maybe
lines?
15 lines of dialogue and 10 minutes of screen time.
Oh, and let me just remind you that she is the love interest for
You never
Noctis.
actually really see their.
I think they have maybe one scene together.
Isn't that where she dies?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be in love, by the way, but you never see them together.
Yeah.
You know,
It was not good.
clearly fantastic female writing. That's why I'm hoping 16 does just a little bit better job there.
I mean, they don't have that much of a hill to climb because 15 was.
You just need to put in a female character that's always in the party. Boom, you're done. Anyway, yeah.
Are we on off this time? No, we're not.
Clear the heretics from the dock.
It's so weird. I don't have any school this week.
You're done, aren't you?
Yep.
You're probably
Well,
gonna
welcome
wake
to
up
summer
in the
vacation, except remember that you're working.
I know. I have this week off. Thank goodness. Somebody wanted me to work yesterday.
No.
All right,
No,
not
I didn't
yesterday.
make out
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. She was like, "Yeah, can you take my shift?"
No.
It's like, no.
Not this time. And not this time.
Hey, she always asks me to cover her shift, and I was like, "Then why are you working?"
Yeah,
Okay,
why,
that's
why do you have a
kind
job
of-
then?
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it actually really is. She's like, "Can you take my shift? Can you take my shift?" She's asked me about 4 or 5 times.
Oh, that's
Ma'am,
a
I
lot.
want to enjoy my summer vacation for at least a week.
Oh, dang, I thought he was gonna fall.
I'm
Are
still
you
waiting
on the same team? We're on the same team. Oh, you're actually doing fairly decent. I,
Yeah.
however,
Sniper,
am
what were you
not.
going to say? You were going to say something.
Oh,
No,
did I
because
cut you
it's
off?
is it me or okay.
You were going to say something, weren't you?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say I'm waiting on like the Bungie because they added an old raid from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2. I'm still waiting on the
Oh.
information on it, and they haven't released any because supposedly it was supposed to come out this year, but
This
they
year
haven't.
is very vague, and there are still 7 months left in the year.
Well, because what they said, they're gonna release a
Yeah,
new
I made
raid.
2 people fall.
What they said. Oh, what they
This
said
guy's
was
kicking me to death. All right, that was a bit rude.
Let him finish his thoughts. Sniper
Sorry.
talk.
Yes, go talk.
they said King's Fall, that's the name of the raid, is gonna release in the middle of the seasons. So there's 4 seasons in each expansion, so it's supposed to be in the middle, somewhere in the middle.
That's still very vague, because that could mean at any point.
Well, no, because they said they will let us know the date they're gonna release it, because they will
If they haven't told you that, then it means it's not ready, right?
Which it shouldn't be taking this long.
Okay,
thing.
Sniper, you are not a developer that's still in a pandemic. Shush.
Kristen, when we are ready to release a game, we're gonna say, oh yeah, okay, so when winter ends in Minnesota, we will release the game.
That's a joke, because it never ends. It's always you. It's winter 24/7.
No, because basically with the
You
old
are
raid-
not a developer. It's not as simple as, but it shouldn't take that long. It's old things. Yeah, and? No. Don't be careful here, boy. You are talking to someone who's learning.
But here's the thing. Just listen
Be
to this,
very
because-
careful about your next words.
So they brought back an old raid, Revolt
Okay.
of West. That was their first ever Destiny raid they've ever made.
Okay.
All they added was challenges, and a master difficulty, but that's really it. They haven't changed much about it. So that didn't take them too long to do. For some reason, people are taking longer.
Could be they're trying to do more with it. Could also be as simple as dip trouble.
I mean, no, that kind of makes sense.
Just because one goes flawlessly doesn't mean the next one will. I mean, maybe someone quit and maybe that person was the most important person ever. Who knows? Maybe half the team had COVID and so they had to take a break for 2 weeks.
If they said,
We don't know. Patience, Sniper. Patience, young one.
I've been waiting for a while. Peaceful is my
You
favorite
said
raid.
you said this year, right? This year is
This
still
year,
a long
this
time left.
I feel like
Well, I'm glad, Mike, you enjoyed it. I know lots of history, but
She
in
sure
particular, the James and Younger gang.
I did find that very interesting. I might search it
Good,
up.
because I spent many summers.
Making
Hey, it
money
took
off
me a
of
while
that.
to
I mean
memorize
giving
it.
tours.
I actually might still have all the paperwork with all the
Yeah.
information on it.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
You should come down here and be like, yo, can I go to a tour again?
Can I give a tour again? I got shot in the head.
I'm sure they still remember you as their most successful Sinky.
I don't know, it depends,
if
who's actually,
running it.
yeah.
I don't know if
Because I
the
know
same dude.
I made a couple friends with a couple people.
That one summer that I was the helped with the store as our epic things, I was pretty good friends with whoever gave tours in the morning. She was pretty cool, like 1 grade older than me.
No, here's what I'm confused about. Who is the actual leader for
Frank. Wait, Frank and Cole.
Frank and Cole?
It was like
They
a
were
split
about the same
leadership.
ages.
They were the oldest.
They were
the
about the
oldest.
same ages.
Wait, if they're the leaders, why is it called James and Jesse? Or did Jesse and James younger game?
I'm sorry, wait, what?
Okay, if Frank and Cole were the leaders of the group, of the gang, why was it called a Jesse and James Younger
Because
Brothers?
Jesse James was the most
No,
popular.
no, it wasn't called Jesse James. It was the
wasn't.
James
That's
and
just how
Younger
the media knows
gang.
it.
But the
Oh.
It was the James Younger
media,
Gang. That was the name. But the media always called it the Jesse James Gang.
So-
because
Because he was the most popular.
he was the popular one.
Oh, okay.
Hence why when we meme on you for calling it the Jesse James Gang, it's not really that. That's not the name. The name is the James Younger Gang. It's just media doesn't know the true name is James Younger. Because they only got letters from Jesse James. So they're like, oh yes, this must be the Jesse James Gang. It wasn't. It never was.
Okay,
Because he was
that's
he
what-
was the baby. He wasn't that old.
Because that's what I was confused about. But
I don't think he was the youngest. I think Bob Younger was the youngest. But yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't the oldest. But the point being that the gang wasn't really known as, or wasn't really called. That's just what the incorrect media called it. Man, the media lies never end.
You have any more interesting facts?
The media never stops lying. Schmee.
I actually don't know. Oh my god, I just got annihilated.
I might play Hunt after this. I have no clue. I am not ready for Until Dawn tomorrow.
You'll do fine.
I hope. They need to finally release gameplay footage of the quarry. They need to finally release gameplay footage of the quarry. I know it's gonna take a lot longer for them to do that, but
Well, someone's coming out, isn't it?
Like, next month. June 30th? Okay, so, like, really next month. No, June 10th. I guess June 10th, so next month. The game's already gone gold in development.
But
But what did you say? I'm turning up your phone. What did you say they should do?
Wait, what?
What did you say they should do?
Show gameplay footage, but I just
They already
checked
did.
it.
Didn't they?
Well,
They already have.
kind of. It's
Well, they can't show too much because it's not that long.
no, it's more because I'm
Gosh
getting-
darn it, why does it upload my pictures twice?
Stinky, I think it's just because that's just how Discord rolls.
Oh, my game crashed.
That's a shame. You can
No,
really
I
hear
mean,
the
like,
sorrow there. Sorry, I mean that sucks. That didn't sound
No,
very believable. I'm sorry.
The gameplay footage, it's more like a cinematic.
Yeah, that's the point. I mean, what do you want them to do? Here's everything that happens in this game.
No, not show
What
everything.
did you
Hey, but yeah, what'd you do?
Did you upload post?
Oh no, I was squishing you while you were sleeping?
Toasties.
The outer ward is
Excuse
overrun.
me, you what?
Retreat to the city gardens.
Yeah, apparently I was kind of squishing him.
Bent on defiling
You guys
our
wanna know what's the one of
Kill those
the
dirty
hardest achievements for Hunt Showdown?
What?
Defend the heroes of our
Have 5 level 50 hunters at the same time.
No, thank you.
No, here's the most difficult part. You need to have all 5 level 50 without dying.
Oofta.
You like?
Yeah. And my game crashed, so that's fun.
Yeah, well, I'm almost done.
Like when I first got the game, I was like, I'm a platinum it, and I just saw that. I'm like, yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
These others are like decent, easy. Just takes a little bit of time. That one is like too difficult.
Oh, I lost my head. Don't lose your head.
Oh, they have a Stillwater Bayou location. Man.
Isn't
No, it takes place in Louisiana, Kristen. Hunt Showdown takes place in Louisiana.
I was confused as to what he was
Down
talking
by
about.
the bayou.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the locations called Stillwater Bayou.
I didn't hear that you had hopped over to the hunt. Okay, I missed that. I missed that piece of information.
What's this hidden trophy? Oh.
Boo boo boo.
I still don't know. Should I go for platinum or semi-autos?
You
darn it.
do whatever you want to do. I'm just happy I don't need to platinum any other games this year because I already got my singular platinum.
Now it's up to me.
Yeah, Sinky, catch up.
Do you have 2 platinums?
I'm like 2 above you, yes. And you better hope I don't platinum the other one than you this year, otherwise I'll be 3.
Hi, Toast!
Keep up with me.
I know, I'm very slacking.
See, I would lie and say, well, I'll just platinum Stranger Paradise, but I can't actually play Stranger freaking Paradise.
I mean, you go play it, just can't stream it.
No, and I don't play games off stream because that's not very epic.
Good point.
I like
Jedi
sharing my
Council
reactions
just
on
wins.
stream.
Who wins?
Actually, I don't think it's that hard to do Stranger. Just appear that.
I gotta go with Anakin and Plo, just because of Plo.
Wait, I missed the question.
I posted a couple things on
Oh.
on Star Wars.
Oh,
I was like, I
Ahsoka
think
and
I'm
Embo.
missing something here. I'll check it later.
Ahsoka and Embo for sure, because of the little dog Embo has. And
All in priorities.
Oh dang, I got hit by a warbow.
remove Bosk and just add Jen. Then Jaren. Just add Mando by himself. Remove Bosk.
Y'all know Bosk is a pretty good bounty hunter.
Yeah, I
right?
know. He's a pain in the booty.
Is this
I
like
d-
fuel from
Battlefront
2?
Yes.
Like you hated fighting him?
I hate fighting
Yeah,
him, and he's not nearly as cool as Cad, but whatever.
This is just Teal from his mechanics were stupid. Got it.
I
Yeah, because
freaking
of
hate poison.
Poison? Yeah, that's the one thing he had
I'm
poison in.
just checking. What our anger is.
Well, ooh, that's actually the IG88 and CAD.
Okay, now I can delete these. Oh, Toast is up by the window, so now Jack can't be up by the window. Because apparently they both can't be up at the window.
I was gonna say they're both small enough. Is it Jack doesn't want to share?
Yeah, I think Jack didn't want to share. Gavin, give her head scratchies. She really likes head scratchies.
I'm gonna
Is there enough room for her? Here, move your Jack, come here.
Oh, Pinker, you said they're not making a Star Wars Battlefront 3, right?
Not yet, anyway.
That's not in EA's plans, no.
Where you going, bite girl? Where you
Or
going?
as far as I know, that's not in anyone's
Where you
plans
going,
because
Toast?
no one wants to touch Battlefront.
Where you
I mean, Star
going?
Wars Battlefront.
I
EA
should play Battlefront again.
I would maybe be considered to re-download it if it's active, but I don't know if it's active.
It's active.
Actually, I don't know.
It's actually
Yeah.
active.
I
just
would
played it,
rather
like, 2
play
days ago.
Battlefield.
I played it 2 days ago. 100 people
That's
still
nice.
playing it.
Good.
I mean, they need
The aggression is not necessary, boys.
They mean play supremacy. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and that's what we played.
Who am I kidding? I don't have space.
If only they added the fleet battles. The space battles.
I don't have space, man.
Well, they
have space,
do.
but
They
not
have
that much space.
some space.
If you want to play a space game, go play Squadrons.
Yeah.
I mean, no, in
Because
Lucasfilm,
Battlefront 2 EA Edition's flying mechanics in general.
Well, it's not
involving
so bad when you
vehicles
do the space,
just
like
not well
whatever
built.
it's called. It's just when you do fly, when the maps aren't in space, then it's really, really bad.
yeah.
It's like they didn't really design it that well or rushed that part of development because it's really not that good.
Like vehicles sucks.
Yeah, they
What are you
do.
talking about?
Way
Forza?
lost.
Just regular vehicles. The mechanics were clearly not there. I'm thinking about all the times I nearly crashed my speeder because the game went, "Ooh, you're flying," when I was not.
Wait, which Battlefront? Like EA's or Lucasfilm?
Yeah, EA's.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Right,
Because-
we're all
Alright.
talking about EA's. It wasn't
Lucasfilm.
very well designed.
Lucasfilm's vehicles were pretty good.
Yeah, because they designed it well.
Yeah, and
EA,
they
not
also-
so much.
And also they cared, unlike EA.
EA just wanted sweet, sweet cash. Too bad that backfired.
Did I get anything new? I don't actually think so. Hi, Toast. What you doing? She usually
Meow.
doesn't spend this much time here.
Maybe she wants to hang out with you because you're finally home. You never
No,
know.
I forgot something. Alright, whenever you see this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night! We'll be back later. Peace out.